Welcome to the channel Easy Trick for the computer science student and as well as those students who learn something new in the computer science field. So that topic is relevant with the computer network students, either all students studying in the BCA, DCA, PGDCA, MCA, or for the preparation exams for the UGC, GATE and other competitive exams. That particular computer networks tutorial is very helpful to all of you. So that particular tutorial is related with the network layer and the design issues of the network layer. I already discussed about the network layer in the OSI model, and this is the third layer of the OSI model and very efficient layer for the IP addressing and the routing process. So the network layer role is the very important role in the open system interconnection to provide the a route to the sender and the receiver, and when you will send any information from your part to your destination part on that particular way, the network layer will be help to all of you. Or in the semi-layer OSI model of the computer networking, the network layer is the third layer and its responsibility is also a packet forwarding, including routing through the intermediate routers available on the global village and the World Wide Web, because in the internet all data traveled into the packet form, not into the simplest routing form. So network to network connections are what make the internet possible. Network layer is the part of the internet communication process where these connections occurs by sending packets of data back and forth between different networks. Means when you will send from the sender to receiver and your receiver will send reply to your format, that is called data back and forth method. The network layer is considered backbone of the every open system interconnection model, and it selects and manage best logical path for the data transferring between the nodes by assigning destination and source internet protocol access to each data segment. And that particular layer is very efficient for the sending host to receiving packets format. Internetworking means the main role of the network layer is provides the logical connection between the two networks and the fragmentation process of breaking the packets into the smallest individual data units that travel through different networks. So in the routing format, that is the very popular connection available under the order packets. The service ensures that the packet arrives at the destination in order in which they are sent, and the guaranteed delivery is also possible with the internetworking. This layer provides the service which guarantees that the packet will deliver at the destination. With the security services, if I said that there is the security service in this, yes, definitely, because it's the session key between the source and the destination hosts. So the network layer in the source host encrypts the payload of datagram being sent to the destination host, and the network layer in the destination host would decrypt the payload data. And all other issues under the particular functions are because there are so many routing available into this. So that's why there are some design issues available under this particular network layer, and we will enter into that particular part. The first part is the design issue related with the L4 and L3. L3 is the network layer and L4 is the next layer, that is the when the data shifting from network to the transport layer. That particular figurization said that that when particular way out of the network to transport layer and transport to packet layer, the store and forward packet switching method over used over here, and the store and packet switching method, both method are very popular in this particular way. In the forward packet switching in the telecommunication store and forward packet switching into the local area network, there is the figure represent that H1 is a direct connection with the carrier sensor router A, while H2 is connected to the carrier sensor router F. A and F, there are two types of operator into the LAN connection. One of the carrier routers F is pointed outside the carrier's equipment as it does not came made of the carrier, because where the data packets are stored in each intermediate node before they are forwarded to the next node. The intermediate node checks whether the packet is error-free before transmitting, thus ensure integrity of the data. And the store and forward approach over here from A to F is that that which information is sent to the intermediate station where it is kept and sent at a later time for the final destination to an intermediate destination. So the example of the particular database is over here, that the mixing of the Ethernet speed. For example, handling an incoming frame traveling into the 100 megabits per second speed and Ethernet port that must be sent out on the 1 gigabits per second interface. So it would require using the store and forward method to accomplish the speed range of the 100 megabits per second to 1 megabits per second. So the actual difference between the store and forward method is that it switch buffers the entire frame before making a forward decision. Firstly, it will make a buffer, and after that it will shift into the another part and service provided to the transport layer. Which particular part of the service provided to the transport layer? Because transport layer is the next layer of the network layer, and service pointing address जो provided to the transport layer is that the transport layer header includes service point address, that is the port address, and this layer gets the message to the correct process on the computer, unlike network layer which gets each packet to the correct computer. How it is addressing to the correct computer, how it is service provided to the next computer with the part available, offering services to the router technology, and produced the types, numbers, topologies, which type of topologies you can choose. Definitely it will be collaboration with the various global parts, and the network addressing with the local area network to tell wide area network. And the transport layer provides the user addresses which specified the station or port. The port variable represents a TS, user specified station, known as the transport service access point, that is TSAP, transfer transport service access point. This is the MCQ question for the service provided to the transport layer. Which particular port access point available? That is the TSAP, transport service access point. And which service provided? That is the connection oriented communication also provided, same order delivery provided, data integrity provided, flow control, traffic control, multiplexing, byte orientation. And how it will be addressing? Transport layer using actually a port number to deliver the segmented data to the correct process among as the multiple processes are running on a particular host. So a port number is a 16-bit address used by the transport layer to identify any client server program, that is the connectionless or connection oriented. But when it is implementation of the connectionless services, it will be used into the datagram subnet. And in the datagram subnet, when the message size has to be transmitted is 4 times the size of the packet, the network layer definitely divided into 4 packets, then transmitted into a through a few protocols and another through another protocols. Because if the speed is 100 megabits to 1 gigabits, so the shifting of the particular part from the A is routed to B and F, and after that it will be enter that A to B, B to C, and C to D, and after that it will definitely route on the B, E and C, and after that initially the route will be displayed on this and later on this. So C stable shows that and E stable shows that, because that if it is the connection less, so on that particular way the routing availability wherever it is, the datagram packets deliver all the packets from that particular router. But when it is into the connection oriented service, the connection oriented service, the particular virtual subnet path is fixed, and from the virtual part you will send all the data, because connection oriented a whole particular things availability under the part of the protocol, because connection oriented protocols at that it requires a logical connection to be established between the two processes. And before data exchange, the connection must be maintained during the entire time that communication is taking place. Before source to destination, the connection must be maintained during the entire connection. And connection oriented service involves the creation and termination of the connection for sending the data between two or more devices, and with the initial route decided on the starting phase. After that, on the delivery side, the same route will be provided to the destination provider, because UDP is a connectionless protocol, and HTTP is a connection-oriented protocol. HTTP is generally considered connectionless because after the client has established a connection with the server, sent a request and received a response, the connection is immediately dropped. But when it is a connection-oriented, the transmission control protocol connectionless service definitely will be enabled on that time, and the user datagram protocol, internet control message protocol, and UDP connection less protocol, because it does not require a virtual circuit. UDP, when it will be entered into the connectionless service on that particular time, UDP will be performed because UDP does not require a virtual circuit to be established before any data transference occurs. So the routing information protocol over here, interior gateway routing protocol over here, and open shortest path first. So availability into this, and interior gateway protocols are there, and another issues are there. So this is the first part of the network layer, and after that we will shift into the next issues and layers available under the network layer. And if you have any type of question, kindly comment into the comment box. Till then, take care. Thank you and God bless you. And the next video will be uploaded very soon of the next part of the network layer.